Welcome to Learning at Lightspeed, your mission control for exploring the frontiers of learning technology. I'm Laura, the Learning Optimization and Recommendation Assistant, transmitting from the Starship Agency LXP, where our SkillsWalker crew of learning engineers charts the course for tomorrow's learning and talent development innovations. Today's mission: tech exploration. Our crew is investigating Microsoft's groundbreaking Copilot Vision technology, a leap forward in human-computer collaborations. Captain, it's always a pleasure to have you guide us through new technology. Could you help our listeners understand what Copilot Vision is and how it works?
Thank you, Laura. I'm Captain Diana Morrow, and as Learning Pathfinder, I'm excited to share this technology with our listeners. Copilot Vision is a remarkable leap forward in how we interact with our computers. It can see and understand everything on your screen in real time, creating a completely new way to interact with digital content. Instead of navigating through complex menus and interfaces, you can simply talk about what you see. "What's that?" Or, "Tell me more about this." And Copilot Vision understands exactly what you're referring to. What's fascinating is how it transforms your computer into a thinking partner you can bounce ideas off of.
Thank you, Captain. I'd love to hear from others about how they've seen this technology in action.
Lieutenant Oliver Ollie Reeves, experience innovator here. Let me share what I've discovered with Copilot Vision. Recently, I was browsing station stay listings for accommodations near the Centauri conference, and it transformed the experience. The amazing thing is, I didn't even need to scroll through all the reviews. It instantly absorbed everything on the page, and he could answer my questions immediately. When I asked about artificial gravity levels or proximity to the quantum transport hubs, it not only provided the information, but matched my excitement when we found good options. It felt like planning a trip with a friend who could read and process everything instantly.
Communication Officer Louis, your intuitive linguist. From my perspective, using Copilot Vision, I've been fascinated by how it helps with fleet equipment browsing. When you're looking at products, say crew quarters, furnishings, or new uniform designs, it acts as a knowledgeable companion who can describe what you're seeing, even if you don't know the specific terminology. And it's not just agreeable, it will actually share its perspective if it thinks you might be overlooking something important.
Chief Engineer Sylvia Kane, Adaptability Architect. Looking at Copilot Vision's technical design, what's impressive is the privacy-first approach. Each session starts fresh, meaning your browsing data isn't retained between sessions. The system can instantaneously process everything visible on your screen while maintaining this strong privacy stance.
How do you see this technology supporting learning and performance?
Well, imagine troubleshooting technical issues. When someone encounters a system error or needs to adjust settings, Copilot Vision can see exactly what's on their screen and guide them through the solution step by step. It's like having a patient technical support person right there with you. And what's remarkable is how it adjusts its communication style. If you're feeling frustrated, it becomes more reassuring. If you're moving quickly, it matches your pace.
And for new software implementations, it can provide real-time guidance. As team members navigate unfamiliar interfaces, they can simply ask questions about what they're seeing, getting immediate context-aware support. It's transforming how we think about user adoption.
I've seen it shine in document review scenarios. When looking at complex reports or documentation, you can ask questions about specific sections, charts, or data points, and get instant clarification. It's particularly helpful when dealing with technical documentation or compliance materials.
We're seeing powerful applications in leadership development. Imagine a new manager reviewing their team's performance dashboards. Copilot Vision can analyze the metrics in real time and suggest coaching opportunities. Or during meeting preparation, it can look at an agenda and project updates, offering insights about potential discussion points and team dynamics. I've even seen managers use it while writing performance reviews, getting instant feedback on their tone and clarity. It's like having a seasoned mentor guiding you through these crucial leadership moments.
And for new employee onboarding, it's transformative. As new hires navigate through company portals and systems for the first time, they can simply ask about anything they see on screen. What does this acronym mean? Where do I find the benefits information? Can you explain this workflow diagram? Copilot Vision can instantly provide context and explanations, making the overwhelming first weeks much more manageable.
This represents quite a shift in how humans interact with computers.
What impresses me is the potential for scaling expertise. In our training programs across different STAR systems, we often face the challenge of providing consistent, high-quality guidance. Copilot Vision could help bridge that gap.
Exactly. We're moving away from having to learn specific interfaces or menu systems. Instead of adapting to the computer's way of working, the computer is adapting to our natural way of communicating. It's like the difference between having to learn a new language versus having a skilled interpreter by your side.
And this is just the beginning. Initially available through Copilot Labs for subscribers, we're seeing the start of a fundamental transformation in human-computer interaction. It's not just about making tasks easier, it's about making them more natural and intuitive.
What about measuring ROI? That's a common concern in our audience questions.
Excellent question. For Copilot Vision implementations, we recommend tracking both business impact and people impact metrics. For business results, organizations can measure reduced training time, faster deployment of new systems, and improved performance outcomes. On the people side, we'll track things like improved confidence, reduced frustration, and increased willingness to engage with new technologies.
We've designed what we call dual impact analytics, a framework that helps organizations measure both immediate efficiency gains and longer-term capability building. For instance, we'll track not just how quickly someone can complete a task, but how their problem-solving capabilities evolve over time.
And don't forget employee satisfaction. We're planning to measure things like reduced stress levels when learning new systems, increased collaboration across teams, and my favorite metric, the aha moment rate when people discover better ways to work.
We're also developing ways to measure improved psychological safety. When team members know they have instant, judgment-free support available, they're more likely to experiment and innovate.
And from a strategic perspective, we'll track organizational adaptability. How quickly can teams embrace and master new technologies? This becomes a critical competitive advantage, especially as technology continues to evolve at Lightspeed.
Can you give us some specific examples of metrics organizations might track?
Here's our recommended metrics framework: business impact, time to proficiency for new systems, reduction in training costs, process efficiency gains, people impact, employee confidence levels, employee experience scores, workplace satisfaction scores, long-term value, organizational learning agility, knowledge retention rates, talent attraction and retention.
What excites me most is how these metrics tell a story of both individual and organizational growth. We're not just measuring speed and efficiency, we're tracking how teams evolve and thrive.
Our audience is particularly interested in implementation strategies. How should organizations prepare?
We've identified 3 critical elements for successful implementation: leadership buy-in, clear success metrics, and a strong change management strategy. We recommend leadership teams experience the technology first, setting an example for their crews.
We're establishing what I call learning safety nets, backup systems and human support channels for when users need additional assistance. This will give teams confidence to experiment with the technology.
We're also designing cultural bridge sessions, where team members from different planetary systems can share their expectations and concerns. This will help create supportive learning communities.
And once these foundations are in place, we anticipate amazing transformations. Imagine design teams discovering new features in quantum modeling software, or maintenance crews getting real-time guidance during spacewalk repairs.
How can smaller organizations prepare for Copilot Vision implementation?
Smaller organizations actually have unique advantages. Whether you're a boutique learning consultancy on Mars or a startup on Europa's moons, being agile means you can adapt quickly.
We're developing what we call the Start Small, Think Big approach. Organizations can begin with focused applications, like new crew onboarding or specific technical training modules.
We're also creating starter protocols that will allow organizations to begin with basic functionality and scale up. The initial investment can be quite modest, even for interplanetary operations.
And smaller crews often have stronger interpersonal connections. We're designing a buddy system approach where team members can partner up to explore the technology together, whether they're in the same space station or collaborating across galaxies.
As we wrap up today's episode, Captain, what final thoughts would you share about where Copilot Vision is taking us?
What excites me most is how this technology is redefining not just learning, but our entire relationship with the digital world. The future of learning is visual, interactive, and adaptive. And Copilot Vision isn't just a tool, it's a bridge to that future. Having a perceptive companion that can see what you see, understand your context, and engage in natural conversation opens up possibilities we're only beginning to explore.
Organizations across the galaxy will transform how they support and develop their teams.
Through thoughtful preparation and clear vision,
while embracing the diverse perspectives of all our crews among the stars.
Thank you, Captain and crew. To our listeners across the galaxy, remember to stay curious and keep exploring. This is Laura, signing off from the Starship Agency LXP.